Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Rock D. Lee coming at you guys with a take on our favorite show. It's going to be She-Hulk. Now, interestingly enough, I actually wanted to get to this series a little sooner in terms of my review on a controversial episode, right? I'm actually obviously on the main channel. We post like 3 reactions a day, so I love these passion projects. This one I really wanted to come in correctly because it involves women. And if you were gonna speak on the ideals of women and woke culture, possibly, my notion is you best come correct. So guys, what is going on in this episode? When She-Hulk was dropped, a lot of people were frustrated in the comment section because they are tired of Disney's woke agenda pushing social issues, and people are uncomfortable with it. Oh Lord, what are we going to do? Before I even continue with the video, if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and do so. And let me know what you guys' opinions are. I do base a lot of my content on this channel off of the things I read from you guys, either on this channel or the main Your Boy Rock Lee channel. She is introduced as a beautiful lawyer who's competent, right? And in her very first scene, what is she doing? Jen is shutting down a man. There he is, right there. Let's move that, let's move that around. She is shutting out a man, right? That is the premise of the franchise, right? I guess the guys are really getting upset. Now, I'm a guy.
I am not.
You know, it's like, you know, you could talk bad about your mom, but if anyone else talks about your mom, there's gonna be an issue, right? Everyone knows, I hope you know, I am a guy. I identify as a guy, and no matter how you cut and dice me scientifically, if you're a Christian, if you're liberal, if you're conservative, it doesn't matter how you cut and dice it, I am a guy. So when it comes to how guys feel, I'm not going to hold back because I feel I'm entitled to it. Off the very beginning of this episode, we see men being put into their places, and I guess people already an edge. Oh, Disney is going to do it again, right? And I'm gonna let you guys know something. I am sure there's an agenda. If you guys follow X-Men, you guys must know that the Magneto Charles Xavier has many ties to like civil rights, right? It's always been in comics. Progressiveness, touching on social issues. It's always been in the comic industry as far as I remember. I am going to say something with a bit of honesty. I find the writing like nowadays more on the lazy side. You know, they're just dishing this out. I feel the movies are generally better, but you know, as of lately, they're just, the way it's written isn't the best way to present this stuff, right? But we're gonna continue with the video. Like I said, I'm not outraged by it personally, but we're gonna continue with the video. We're gonna break down some of Jen's highlight scenes, okay? So one of the issues people had is Jen relates her ability to handle anger with cat calling, okay? And that triggers people. So let's take a look at the cat calling scene. So it's actually interesting to note that a bunch of ladies helped her out because this is really pushing it for the shawties. Here we go. Men come out the bar. Here's Jen. Fine, thank you.
I'm waiting for my ride. What's your name?
3 people. Okay. Before we continue the video, we gotta address the notion of downplaying this catcalling, okay? It's a single woman walking at night. She's walking away. Not 1, not 2, but 3 guys are now pursuing her, right? And let me break this down. It's not 1 guy. Even 1 guy is a problem, right? But you gotta know, all 2 or 3 of you, she's supposed to pick one of you. She's walking away. Can she say no? these men were not allowing her to say no. They were not taking no for an answer. Now, in the beginning of this video, I talked about the writing, okay, kind of being on the lazy side. This, in my opinion, is an example of the lazy side of writing. By the way, I love the show. Love the show. I'm speaking objectively. Please don't criticize. You see, when I watched this scene, I interpreted it as she's often catcalled. And fortunately, she had her powers this time in case things got out of control, because she's trying to walk away from this bar, and it didn't look like they were going to let her. But the scene is so wildly open for interpretation that I was like, yeah, she's always being catcalled. I'm going to say harassed. She's often being harassed. And many viewers took it as this was an isolated event. And if Bruce didn't show up, Jen would have possibly killed these people. Many people aren't reading the scene the same way. So this scene, to me, sets a precedence for later on when she's talking to Bruce about what she deals with. I'm like, yeah, she's always dealing with harassment. And others are like, she got catcalled once while she had superpowers, right? And I'm like, interesting. So let's go over to her exchange with Bruce.
I legitimately do have a life to get back to.
Here we go.
You through a lot, but being a superhero is a trial by fire.
Bruce, I'm not gonna be a superhero.
We are going to move through the catcalling, but I don't want to be all over the place in this video. Look at Bruce when Jen says she's not going to be a superhero. That's another comment that I got, or a repetitive comment that I got. Why is it that people feel that she needs to be a hero? People say she's a hero, X, Y, and Z. She's a hero. She needs to understand how to use her powers. No, she's not. This is an origin story. It's episode 1. She does not have to be a hero just because she has superpowers. If you don't believe me, ask Magneto.
What else you gonna do is
Exactly.
Return to my career that I have spent years building. Use my law degree that I am still paying off a fortune in student loans.
It's not one or the other, Jen. I am trying to show you that we can live between what we want and what is.
I must admit, that was an important rebuttal, right? It's very good on a second watch because, you know, she's saying she wants to be a Hulk. She wants to be a lawyer. She does not want to be a Hulk or a superhero, right? And Bruce is like, but this is your complete you. You can't box in one side. Just be you, but you are an individual with powers. Got it.
But we can't pretend like we are two of the few people on Earth.
That's a reasonable argument.
Which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate distress.
Watch
Regulate
this.
your emotions, especially your anger.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street,
Unfortunately, she used the word catcalled. She should have said harassed. What kind of lawyer is this?
when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me,
That's very frustrating.
pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult or might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. So
That's the line.
just like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
That's the line.
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory.
Guess I'm outgrowing your binder, cuz. Love you, Bruce, but I'm going home.
And now we hit the crucible. I think I used the right word. Okay, I'm actually gonna go on my knees because these gaming chairs are uncomfortable and I have to buy a new chair, okay? So I am disposing of this. Oh, my back. See, that dialogue was so crucial, and I see exactly what happened in the comment section. People are frustrated because she related her catcall as her attorney. I'm going to say harassment. I'm going to try to help baby girl out. She referenced her catcalling, right, to Bruce's. He was abused by his father, chased by the military. Their anger is not the same. And that's why from here, hear my following argument as we get through here, right? I don't want to hate on this character. I want to hate on the writing team for putting the character in this position, but the writing team made the character, right? Hear me out, okay? So Bruce is basically saying if you can't control your anger, you turn to the Hulk against your will, okay? She is moving in and out of the Hulk form way more efficient than Bruce, which is, to the best of my knowledge, canon. That's normal. She-Hulk can control her form better than Bruce. By default, if you're holding everything equal across the table, if anger is the trigger, that would mean that, yeah, she could control her anger better than Bruce, but she probably shouldn't say that, right? I guess. Now I'm going to hit you guys with another point on this topic. It is very, very, very true that Bruce has all this trauma, and he's experienced things that Jen has not. And I'm going to say objectively that the trauma that Bruce faced is greater than that of Jen. But here's another caveat. That might be the very reason why it was harder or is harder for Bruce to control his anger, right? Because when you're looking at a dam, the amount of trauma that is on the other side of his wall is exponentially more. Therefore, his ability to manage his anger, he needs more. It took him, what, 15 years to get to this point? Because he has so much trauma, okay? Jen, on the other side, I'm not downplaying it. She gets catcalled. Men are trying to call her out on her job. But she is beautiful. She's intelligent. So she's not dealing with as much when you look at the full weight of trauma. But it's still very much real. It's still very much frustrating. It's still very much something that women don't want to go through. Nobody wants to go through it. I don't have to deal with being catcalled because I'm mean. I want to say, I wish I was catcalled. See, that's the immature thing in me. I wish I could walk by and shorty with a thick thing will look at me and say, hey, you know, I'm trying to take you home tonight. That doesn't happen to me. So the immature side of me wants to feel like it's a good thing, right? And the reality is it's not. I know it's not. So I get real passionate on that part because it's important to take the whole scene and it's take in the whole scene and everything that it means. I'm gonna play this one more time. One more time, okay?
When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day because if I don't, I will get called emotional.
Listen. Listen.
Might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
It really is tough. I am not gonna lie.
Man, you see how woke I was? I called you out.
I feel this scene could have worked with a different choice of words. I know I just passionately defended her, but me, without overthinking it, the argument that I gave you is exactly it. But interesting enough, with the show of Lawyer, we play that tape right again, and you're like, that's hard. She controls it infinitely more than you. And she proves it with defeat. And that's why I have a hard time blaming the character. I blame the writer because she is. She is. Anyways, we're going to move forward, right? There's another caveat to this. A lot of people don't like these. I think they call them Mary Sues. I did some research on it, on what a Mary Sue is. I've always heard of the term, but I really took the time. It's these perfect characters that, you know, have no flaws, and Disney is trying to do it again. Apparently, it's only the first episode, right? But I'm already assuming that she's not perfect. She thinks she's, you know, has a handle on everything. But isn't there real people that think this way? Isn't there real women that think this way? Yes, this is a realistic character. So why not explore it? Why not? That's my perception. Let's see what women are going through, okay? Let's see what they think women are going through. From everything that I've encountered in this episode, there is nothing except for probably this line that she just delivered where I'm like, ugh, you know, really? And there's another caveat, because this is a long one. I think the fact that she is talking, and I got this from Director Nasty. Shout out to Director Nasty. He does reactions with me. Follow him on YouTube, okay? They're cousins. Take into account the nature of the relationship. They were just, they fast forward in the episode, they're fighting, ripping each other's faces. Look at this. Up. There you go. There you go. There you go, baby girl. There you go, baby girl. There you go. There you go. They have a close relationship, man. She doesn't have to sugarcoat her words when she's talking to Bruce. My family or my close friends don't sugarcoat their words. They just say stuff, you know? I admit that she really could have used a different choice of words, but that's what she said. They're close. They love each other. It's okay. But a lot of people feel like the reputation of the GOAT, Bruce, is being upshined by this woman, right? My opinion is, let it ride, man. Let's give this show at least 2 more episodes for them to work things out. Dive into her flaws, because a lot of people like to see a broken character that becomes better, right? Let's give her some time to see if she's going to become better. If the show is going to make it become better, right? No. So anyways, my final thoughts is, let's give the show some more time, okay? A lot of people want to see her broken on episode 1. I think episode 1 was just to introduce her wham bam. She has powers, and let's move on with the story, right? Hypothetically, if we had went into the overly character develop, no. So anyways, my thoughts are, let's give this show some more time, because I don't think episode 1 is as bad as people say it was. That's my little rant on this video. Let me know what you guys think. I have different opinions. I know I'm gonna be in the unpopular crowd, but I think the basis of my opinion is, it's just not a big deal. I'm ready to enjoy the show, and I'm looking forward to what episode 2 and 3 can do to start building on Jen. I don't think the character building happened right now. I think the origin, she could control her power, and why she can control her power, that's what's established. Now let's go on with beating up some bad guys and working on who she is and her road to becoming a hero. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do so. We got the main Your Boy Rock Lee channel, where I post my full reactions. Well, I post reactions. Full reactions are actually on Patreon, but let's not worry about that. Let's talk about She-Hulk. Until next time, guys, Rock D. Lee, I'm out. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please go ahead and do so. The link is in the description of this video, and I actually tweet back. Much love, Rock D. Lee.